Hey everyone, welcome to Code Harmony. Today we are going to have a look on the string question 2825. Make string a subsequence using cyclic increment. I will try to explain this problem statement to you using an example. Before that, this question has been asked in Amazon recently. Let's come to the example. Here we will be given two strings, string 1 and string 2. And what we have to return is whether the string 2 is a subsequence of string 1. And along with that, we can do one operation here. And what is that operation? That operation is cyclic increment. What is cyclic increment? Let's say if I pick any character from string 1, I will be able to make or change the value of that character by 1, increment by 1. Let's say if the character from string 1 is A, it can be equal to B. If that is A, B, I can convert it to C. If it is X, I can convert it to Y by incrementing by 1. But when the character is Z, I can make them equal to A because that is a cyclic increment. From A to Z and Z to A, I pick any character, I will be able to make it plus 1. So this is one operation. So now the problem statement is that whether the string 2 is subsequence of string 1, and we are allowed to do one operation of this incrementation, cyclic incrementation. In the cyclic incrementation, we can pick any set of the characters from string 1. Let's also have a look on the constraints. In the constraint, they are saying that both the strings are having only lowercase English letters, and both the string will go till 10 to the power 5. Okay, we have string 1, string 2, and string 2 should be subsequence of string 1. And we can do this cyclic increment operation on string 1. Now to get to the solution, we should be knowing subsequence logic and how do we add that operation in our program. So before moving further, let's have a quick revision of subsequence. What is subsequence? There are two common terms, substring and subsequence. What are the difference between those? Let's say the string 1, string 2 are LeetCode daily and code. If the string 2 is a part of the string 1, or you can say a slice of string 1 is equal to string 2. Let's say in this case, the slice of string 1, which is this slice, is equal to the string 2. It means this is a substring. All the characters are contiguous all together. And what about subsequence? If string 2 is a subsequence of string 1, if we do the iteration on string 1 and we are able to encounter every character from string 2, then the string 2 is subsequence. All of these characters E, A, L, Y are coming in the string 1 in the order. Let's say firstly it is coming E, then after some time it is coming A and then L, Y. And after that iteration, if all the characters of string 2 are covered, that means if the string 2 length is M is equal to the pointer. The pointer, let's say pointer was J. In that case, we have concluded that string 2 is the subsequence of string 1 because we have encountered all the characters in our given string. So this was the difference between substring and subsequence. Here we have to get the subsequence and that one operation is cyclic increment that I have also explained to you. If we are at any character, I will just add 1 to that character. Now let's assume that you don't have to do that operation, and if that operation is not in the problem statement, then your problem statement will become like this. Just string 2 is a subsequence of string 1 or not, yes or no. Just a normal substring finding logic. Assume if we do not have any cyclic increment operation, then just subsequence checking. And how do we do the subsequence checking? I already told you that we will do iteration over string 1. And then whenever we are encountering character from string 2, we will just increment the pointer on string 2. So it is a 2-pointer approach, where one pointer, let's say pointer I, is going to iterate over S1 and pointer J will keep track of the current situation at string 2. Let's try over this example. Here string 1 is LeetCode and string 2 is ECO, and we need to find out whether S2 is subsequence of S1. So we will take 2 pointers, one pointer for string 1 and one pointer for string 2, and then we will iterate over string 1 when I do the iteration, we are going from index 0 to index n minus 1. Here n is the length of string 1, m is the length of string 2. Okay, we have two pointers I and j, and we are doing iteration on string 1. So this will be the code to find the subsequence. What is this code saying? Initially both the pointer are at 0. Initially from the first character in both the string we are starting, and then we are doing iteration over pointer I. Pointer I is from string 1. So this for loop is for pointer I. Initialization not required because already initialized. Then this is the terminating case, and then after every iteration I am incrementing the value of the pointer. And what is the terminating condition? If I cross, and if I crossing its string or j crossing its string, any one of the pointer is going out of bound, that is crossing the length, then that is a terminating case. So if we have a valid value of I and j, then what we will do is we will compare the character at I and j. If the character at I, j are same, in that case increment j, otherwise do nothing. I is already getting incremented. So what I am saying is, first of all I will compare character at I with character at j. If both are same, then I will increment the j pointer. If both are not same, just keep doing the iteration. In the iteration I is already getting incremented. And now after the iteration, after this whole iteration is completed, now I will see whether I have encountered all the characters of j or not. If I have encountered all the character, j will be coming to this position, which is equal to m after 1 1 1 incrementation. If j is m, then we are coming out of j. It means that is a subsequence. So what is the match function here? Match function is nothing, just comparing string 1 character with string 2 character. If character a is equal to b, it is returning true. That's all. If we quickly try to make a dry run, it will be more clear to you. Let's say initially both the pointers were at 0. So this is my I pointer and this is my j pointer. And now I will do the iteration on I. Okay, I will do the iteration from 0 to n minus 1. That is fine. When I'm doing the iteration, every step I will matching the character at I with character at j. If those are same, I will increment j, otherwise keep doing the iteration. Now a character at I is L, character at j is E. Both are not same. If not same, just do the next iteration. Next iteration is when I is pointing to this character. Now character at I is E and character at j is E. Both the character are same. Now I will increment j. So j will be incremented, and I to already getting incremented because it is part of iteration. Now I is pointing to E and j is pointing to C. E and C are not same. Then I will only increment I. J will remain same. Now character at I is T and it is C. It is also not same. I will increment I. Next iteration. Then C or C. Character at I is C, character at j is C. Both are same. Increment the j pointer as well. J pointer is incremented. I pointer is also incremented. O and O. They are also matching. Increment both of these pointers. And now when I am incrementing those pointers, j is going out of bound. So this loop condition will make it false and we are coming out of the loop because j has become equal to m. And in the end, I will check whether the j is coming out to the string 2 or not. If that is the case, I have found my subsequence. And what about the match function? Match function nothing, comparing two characters. Okay. Now this was the logic of finding subsequence. And we have one more special function, that when we are matching those two characters, we can do something else as well. When we are matching character A with character B, I can increment the character A as well, because we have the function called cyclic increment operation. So we have covered subsequence. Now operation should be introduced to our logic. Operation is cyclic increment. Let's say these are the two strings to me. S1 is LeetCode, S2 is ECOF. Initially it was ECO. I have introduced one more character to the string 2. What is the operation? Firstly, let's try to understand that. Let's say the character from string 1 is P and character from string 2 is Q. If they are matching, if they are equal, then there is nothing to worry about. If they are not equal, then we have the power to make the value incremented by 1. I can make from P to Q. If they are matching, then yeah, overall it is matching. So we have to compare the character from jth pointer to character at ith pointer in this manner. Character at I is equal to that, or character at I plus 1 is equal to that. If that is the case, then return true, otherwise return false. Let's say I am picking the character E from string 1 and I am picking the character F from string 2. Character E, character F. Are these two characters same? No. Then I will do the operation. Character at ith index plus 1. E plus 1 is F. If these two are matching, yes, then return true overall. So this is the new matching operation. Now all the logic is same. I just updated the match operation. So what will be the new match operation? First of all, I will see whether those two characters are same or not. If those two characters are not same, just increment the character at jth pointer. If that is the case, just return true. Otherwise return false. Now what is this condition? Handling cyclic increment. Okay, this is a special case because whenever A is becoming equal to B, C is becoming equal to D, M is becoming equal to N. But what about Z? And Z plus 1 is not equal to A. So instead of handling or doing the modulus and all, I just directly wrote the condition that whether the character at ith index is Z and character at jth index is A. If that is the case, return true. I just handle using another condition to make it simple. So if this is the case, return true, otherwise return false. So this, if I use with the standard subsequence finding logic, then my function is completed. That's all. Let's also have a look on the time and space complexity. What about the space complexity? We are not taking any extra space in this approach. And what about time? String 1 is equal to n and string 2 is equal to m. And we are doing iteration over string 1. So we are doing iteration from 0 to n minus 1. Let's say the string 1 is of 1000 length and string 2 is equal to 5000 length. We are doing 1000 iteration. So it will be order of n. In some cases you will see that the time complexity is order of n plus m. That is also fine. It is linear. So whether it is linear or no linear, that should matter. It's a linear time and constant space. Now let's quickly code this problem. First of all, I take two pointers I and j. Both are pointing to 0 in the starting. And n is the length of string 1. Let's make it s1 and s2. N is equal to s1 dot length and m is equal to s2 dot length. We have to make iteration on string 1. String 1 is doing I to I pointer. I pointer is already initialized, and then terminating condition is I less than n and j less than m. And after every iteration, increment the value of I. Now we need to match ith character at jth character. Match s1 dot character at I, s2 dot character at j. If the character at I and j are matching, I will just increment my j pointer as well. And if I am able to reach out of this loop and j is equal to m, then return true. If j is equal to m, return true. Now just implement the match function. Match character A, character B. If character A is equal to B, or character A plus 1 is equal to B, in that case return true. And I also need to handle the edge case separately, where A is equal to Z and B is equal to A. In that case also return true, otherwise return false. Let's test our sample test cases. Sample test cases are passed. I'm submitting the problem. This is submitted successfully. I hope you have understood the problem. If you have any doubt, you can comment down below. Thank you guys. Bye bye.